expected. Dennis Lillee began bowling from the nursery end the first over of the match, but it was surprising to see Max Walker not given the second over from the pavilion end. Instead, Chappell threw the ball to Jeff Thomson. We join play now with Thomson bowling the second over of the day, and the batsman is the recalled Barry Wood. He's bowling to 4 slips a gully and 2 leg slips. No ball called, so it's not a good start again for Jeff Thomson at Lord's. Good start for Barry Wood, a nice clip off the toes there, past Walker at leg slip. That must be close. Yes, indeed. The first wicket for Australia, Barry Wood. And Dennis Lillee gets the breakthrough. The confrontation between Lillee and Wood in the county game against the Australians the other day. And now Lillee has claimed that first wicket of this second test match with just 10 runs on the board. There it is again. And my word, that did look plumb. And Lillee has claimed Wood's wicket for 6, 10 the total. John Edridge not out 2. It's a good shot. Off the mark, 4 runs. It's in the air, but well out of Max Walker's reach, and 4 runs to John Edridge. 24 for 1, 9 to Edridge and 5 to David Steele, who faces Dennis Lillee. Another good shot. He kept that down very well. Umpire Ali signals 4, and Steele goes on now to 9. 2 good strokes off shortish deliveries from Dennis Lillee by David Steele. That's well bowled. Edridge the second wicket down to Dennis Lillee again. 2 breakthroughs this morning for Dennis Lillee. 29 for 2 England. He's bowled superbly. Thomson has been very much astray in both line and length, but Lillee has broken through for Ian Chappell. And this most valuable wicket of John Edridge, that darted back off the seam and again looked to be very much in front. 29 for 2.
So this drop down the order hasn't made a great deal of difference to Dennis Amiss. He's still in with a lot of shine on the new ball. He's still facing Dennis Lillee, the man who's upset him on so many occasions in recent test matches. And he's given him out, and that's the 3rd one to Bill Ali. And Amiss has gone again for yet another nought, and Lillee is the man who's done the damage. And I must say that looked pretty plumb from here, and Amiss falling again to Lillee, the 3rd Englishman out on 32. And Lillee ripping again right through this opening English batting. And you couldn't get anything more plumb than that. Sorry sight for English supporters. Wood, Edridge, Amiss, all gone, all in the identical manner. LBW to Dennis Lillee, and no doubt at all, every one of them looking absolutely plumb. Well, he gets his run, he gets off the mark, off the no ball. So, big sigh of relief, I'm quite sure, though, from Graham Gooch. His first run against Australia, remember, he bagged a pair. He's got a little grin there, and I'm sure a word from friendly Bill Ali, the umpire there. Oh, fine shot. What a great shot there by Dennis Steele. That's the way to play the bouncer. In position beautifully. That's the 3rd time he's hooked him away. this boy is not frightened. A great shot to Dennis Steele.
Well, this is what I think English batsmen have been waiting for. All England have been waiting for. The bouncer, and look how beautifully he gets behind it and dispatches it to the square leg boundary. That really is what we've been waiting for from an English batsman.
Well played too. Pushed away square on the offside. Ball running away down this fast outfield, and that's 4 more. So something at last for the English supporters to cheer and clap about. That's better. That's 4 runs all the way. Got into position nicely there, had time to force it away on the offside. And a boundary there to Graham Gooch will do him a power of good.
Yes, that was the shot that Graham Gooch played so well in the MCC Australian match here at Lord's, when he made 70-odd in such splendid style. And here you see it just short, outside the off stump, and how he gets over the top of it, down to third man, where there's no third man for 4 runs.
And that's it, caught behind. Little Snick heard all over the ground here. Dennis Lillee claims his 4th victim. And England rocket to 49 for 4 with Gooch caught by Marsh with his score on 6.
Now here you see the dismissal of Graham Gooch, and you can see there really it was outside the off stump, and the Essex boy didn't really have to play at that one.
It's a good shot. It's in the air, but it's well away from Lillee and firmly struck away straight down to the far end of the ground. Thompson not quite getting away on his right-hand side far enough, and it's 4 runs. Very quick down that slope. This Lord's ground slopes from left to right as you look at your screen, and anything played away on that side, where Greg played that onto the onside, batting at the nursery end, really does race away across the outfield, and the outfield is very fast.
Very confident appeal there for LBW, but Tony Greig was on his front foot. Let's see this one once again. Well, it couldn't have been far away. I should certainly say that was worth a shout. It may possibly, having come down the slope a little too much and missing the leg stump by a fraction.
And it's to be Jeff Thompson to bowl to Steele. Nice stroke. Put that down well. 4 more to David Steele. Takes him on to 30. Again, a good firm stroke, and Edwards, the man chasing, just 2 runs. Fine shot, 4 runs. Beautifully timed by Steele. He's strong on the onside. Just a bounce before it got to Turner, I think. Yes, it was a good effort from the young opening batsman, just round the corner there at short square leg, a fraction backward behind the line of the batting crease. didn't quite carry to him. Bouncing just 2 or 3 inches in front there, and Turner scooping it up on the half volley. That's well bowled by Max Walker. Shot from Tony Greig.
Lilly again to Tony Greig. Well played, standing up pretty straight and driving it on the up for 4, square on the offside. Moves him into the 20s to 23. And England 94 for 4. Lilly to Greig. Pushed out in the covers, and that's the 50 partnership. Ross Edwards-Fields. A very determined-looking England captain. Steele facing Lilly. Hits him beautifully off the back foot for 4 runs down the hill on a very fast outfield. The 100 up. Lilly again to Steele. He hooks in for 4, and the crowd really enjoying this. Lilly dispatched for 4, a bad ball. Lilly again to Greig. Pushing that away through the open space in front of square, and I think it's got enough run on it for 4.
Interesting field there now with 2 slips, 2 gullies, 2 short legs. Chappell always moving his men around. There's a big gap. Half volley beautifully driven by Greig. Ross Edwards a long chaser, and the ball gathering pace the whole time, through for 4 more. And that's flicked away to deep long leg. Greig will be looking for the second. He's hurrying, he's coming back, and there he comes. Great long legs, bringing him through to a really excellent 50. He really has taken some of this Australian bowling by the scruff of the neck. He's got through to 50 in only 86 minutes when England were in a lot of trouble. He's included 8 boundaries in this, and although it's an old cliche, a real captain's innings here. 50 out of 134 for 8 from Tony Greig. Oh, it's a great shot. Cut away through the slips, no third man, nobody bothering to chase it. Speeding through for yet another boundary. His 9th. And Tony Greig in tremendous form, moving on now to 54. So a switch to spin for the first time by Ian Chappell. Ashley Mallett coming into bowl at the pavilion end. David Steele on 49. David Steele going through to his 50, hammering that off the back foot through to mid-wicket. And what a great performance this has been from David Steele of Northamptonshire. The cricketer's choice, really, for a place in this test side, and how well he's merited his inclusion. Battled against adversity from the moment he came in, and he's made 50 out of 143 for 4. Jeff Thompson making sure they're just pushing the bowling further back. Again had troubles with overstepping the crease. A lot of no balls from him. He's bowled him. So Thompson breaking through, beating David Steele there with that extra little bit of pace. And that fairly hurried through. So the end of a remarkably good innings in his first test match by David Steele. Pulled England out of trouble, scored a really excellent 50. And this big Lord's crowd rising to him. They appreciate the display of guts and determination that we've seen here by David Steele today. So a fine start to his Test match career. An excellent 50, but he's the 5th England man out with the score on 145. See again this ball from Jeff Thomson. A little inside edge. Just a little bit late on that, the extra pace there of Thomson seeing it through. 163 minutes, he batted and hit 9 fours. So Alan Knott down to face the off spinner. There's an extra short leg gone in for the Little Kent wicket keeper. Pleased about that. A bad ball from Mallet, dropped very, very short, and Alan Knott confidently off the mark, hammering it away to a big gap on the offside. So a nice present to him there to get off the mark. Takes England past the 1 total. Little indication in his first few overs here of any spin or help at all for Mallet. Another bad ball. Really an atrocious long hop, pulled away to mid-wicket. Send the ball to the one he presented Alan Knott with to get off the mark. Alan Knott hit it through the offside for 4. Tony Greig pulling it away to mid-wicket.
Another good delivery from Thomson to the server, leaving Greig outside off stump. The 4 runs, so it's an eventful over. No balls, wides, a straight-driven boundary, 2 balls beating Greig's bat, and finally a snick through the slips for 4. Good shot. There's no man there at mid-on. It's rather a strange-looking field for Alan Knott. He's picked the gap nicely, and that outfield is very fast. Steady. And the 50 partnership comes up, and another very good one for England. Straight. .200 up for England now, and what a good performance, having been 49 for 4. They've fought back doggedly at first, and now in attacking fashion, 203 for 5. And he's caught him for 96, just 4 short of that 100, and Max Walker has broken through. Ian Chappell, the man taking the catch. A good delivery from Walker. Greig aiming to steer it away past square point. And the 6th England wicket has gone down with a total at 222. Tony Greig caught Ian Chappell, bowled Max Walker for 96. A splendid innings from Tony Greig. Wonderful attacking innings after 4 wickets had fallen for 49. He shared a partnership with Steele and then Alan Knott, and this is his last delivery. It didn't seem to move very much off the seam, but found the outside edge with Greig trying to steer it away, perhaps just forward of point.
And as Lilly comes in, 245 for 6. Alan Knott now on 48. Alan Knott on 50. Beautiful shot, pulled away square. And not really the pace in this wicket for the bouncer of Lilly. Put away nicely by Knott. Moving on to yet another Test match 50. His 22nd in his career. And short, pulled away nicely by Walmer. Found the gap down the deep wrong leg.
What a good stroke. And that won't be cut off. That's 4 runs to Alan Knott. He clipped that beautifully off his legs. And he's given him out. Yes, Alan Knott trying to hit it wide of mid-on. Missed it and was given out LBW. Now that is a rather nasty blow to England, with Alan Knott playing so well. And here you see the dismissal of Alan Knott. A very well pitched up ball, and you see him hitting the ball right across the line there, hitting it wide of mid-on.
He's put him down, and not a difficult catch either. Ian Chappell at slip. It came fairly sharply, but at a reasonable height to Chappell. And there was a good piece of bowling from Mallett, the ball going on with the arm. Two hands to Chappell, hit him up near the wrist and bounced out.
309 for 7, the score. Irving Rosenwater informs me that Don Bradman once scored 309 off his own bat on the first day of an England-Australia test at Inley in 1930. Which is the score standing to England's credit at the moment. 7 men out. John Snow's gone for it again and he's caught. So I don't know how pleased Tony Greig would be with that shot at 6:15. But it's a wicket, a deserved one to Ashley Mallett. John Snow, having previously hit him over the top for 4, falling this time, and Walker taking a good catch at deep mid-on. I must say this young Kent all-rounder has created a most favourable impression here in his first test match. Good temperament, looked calm and composed the whole time he's been there. And that's off the pad, and he's caught it short leg.
And then Peter Lever came in and stayed with Derek Underwood in failing light against Thompson and Mallett to take the total along to 313 for 9 at the close of play. An interesting looking scorecard there. David Steele, the man who held the innings together at the start with Tony Greig after those first 4 wickets, had fallen for 49, all to Lilly. Splendid spell of bowling that by the Australian fast bowler. Then the partnership between Steele and Greig, a very good partnership, and then Greig and Knott. Knott played well, so too did Steele, and the other newcomer, Bob Woolmer, showed some very composed stroke play. Looks a good prospect for the future, but for me, the innings of the day came from Tony Greig. First test match as England's captain, he came in a terrible situation and made a brilliant 96. It really was one of the finest innings I've ever seen from this South African-born all-rounder. The tail, John Snow, made 11. It looks now as though England will be all out for something under 350, which Ian Chappell will be pretty pleased about. He attacked all day. He kept his bowlers up with attacking fields. There was a very, very good run rate all day. Dennis Lilly finished with most wickets, 4 for 84 in 20 overs. He took real battering at one stage from Steele and Greig and Alan Knott. Thompson bowled 22 no-balls. There were 30 in the day. The rest of them bowled, well, mostly by Max Walker. There were a few wides as well. Thompson was all over the shop early on. He did improve later on and beat the bat quite a bit. Ashley Mallett needed some match practice to get himself back into bowling form. He hasn't bowled a great deal on this tour. He finished up with 2 wickets and they were thoroughly earned towards the end. He was floating the ball nicely away from the right-hand batsman. Well, what a day this was. This was one of the finest days cricket